Welcome to Flower of Life podcast. This is Carmen Fernandez. Today we're going to talk about shamanism, plant medicine, psychedelics, love energy, and nature. I have the pleasure to be with Alen Bozic. Alen is a Theta Healing practitioner, reconnection practitioner, and shamanic healer. Alen is originally from Croatia, and currently he lives in Ireland with his wife Antonia and his son Leo. Welcome, Alen. I'm so happy to have you here on the show today.
Thank you so much. Thank you and everything. Thank you on calling me in your beautiful podcast.
Thank you, Alen.
It's a
I'm
big
very
pleasure
grateful.
to have you. Me
Thank
too.
you. I'm very grateful, especially because I know you're on holidays at the moment and you're very busy.
Yes,
How are your holidays going?
it's so beautiful. I'm back in Croatia now. I'm in on Big Mountain. It calls Velebit.
Mhm.
Energy here is so beautiful. I'm in a wooden cabin now at the moment, and I'm enjoying on sun and in nature. Like this
God,
is
it's so beautiful.
like in dream.
Yes, like a dream.
Yes, definitely,
Here in Ireland,
definitely.
it's cloudy and
Yeah,
it's raining, so enjoy as much as you can the sunshine and the nice weather. I can see
definitely.
you. You
My
have a nice
our
tan.
skin. Yeah. Yes.
Well, I've known you for a while, Alen, and I think your story and your life is very amazing and very inspiring. Can you share a little bit about your journey and how you discovered ayahuasca and shamanism?
Yes, definitely. Uh, my journey with ayahuasca started. Uh, I had a serious depression on Christmas Eve before almost 3 years, and I couldn't do anything. I was laying down on the bed, and my wife, she was making cakes, and our agreement with my son, I supposed to decorate a Christmas tree, but I couldn't find the strength inside of me. I was very depressed and I didn't feel good, and then I seen that something is wrong with me. I had so much money because I was traveling in Ireland to earn the money, and
Mhm.
I had money, I had everything, but I didn't have myself. I had that depression and something was wrong with me. And next year, I was traveling back to Croatia on holidays, short holidays, and one friend of mine, he said that I should try DMT. I didn't know what is that, but I said I will try.
Mhm.
And there I got called to take Mother Ayahuasca. And in that period, I started to Google, and I found one organization. I went there on 3 nights retreat, and my life uh, become amazing after that 3 nights. Like I was drinking a lot. I was taking from time to time some drug like speed or ecstasy because that was I had people around me which just brought me on that place. Like I had money to buy, and I was
Mhm.
going back on old because when I was very young, I was doing that a lot, ecstasy, weed, and a lot of alcohol. And after that 3 nights of retreat, I stopped with everything. Even I stopped to eat meat in that moment.
Wow.
And yeah, yeah. Then I seen that there is something what I can really get benefits from that. I was a Theta Healing practitioner in my past and
Mhm.
reconnection practitioner, but in reconnection I couldn't find myself so much. In Theta Healing I healed so many things,
Mhm.
but I couldn't heal that wound which was very very deep inside of my heart. And every time when I supposed to space with myself, I broke down. I started to cry and I couldn't dive into myself. And with Mother Ayahuasca, that just happened.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So first you had DMT, and then after DMT you felt called to try ayahuasca. What was
Yes.
how was that? How was the journey from DMT to ayahuasca?
Yeah, my DMT experience was when that fellow who gave me DMT, he said, "You didn't take DMT. This is not DMT. What you're talking about?" Because I seen a lady. She
Mm-hmm.
was in dress like she was like angel, and she was guiding me. She
Mm-hmm.
was showing me manipulation through world, what is going on in the world. And when I exit from experience on DMT, when I shared that story, it was real. Like well, at the time in some different world, but it was
Mm-hmm.
this world, this reality. I was out of consciousness. I didn't know what is going on. Like, and I just said straight away, I have to take ayahuasca. I didn't know what is ayahuasca, anything, but I just felt in myself.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, is
And
did I, yeah, gave you answer or?
yes. So, and then after that ayahuasca, 3 days ayahuasca retreat, you felt like you were a different person after that.
Totally different person. I found out some things about myself
Mm-hmm.
because I had so many things with sexuality, which was I was too much, I could say, horny, or
Mm-hmm.
but this was only reflection of my mind because my mind was, I could say, twisted
Mm-hmm.
on some way because of bad situations in my life, how I was growing, and always my mother or her friends, they was I was share a story. Like for
Mm-hmm.
example, they watched a porn movie and they didn't allow me to watch that. But I
Mm-hmm.
was a child and I went on window and I watched through window and I
Yes.
seen what they're doing. And this is not so right, to just to not allow kids, you know, to
Yes.
see or. And I was just I could say observing or just exploring whatever, in my life. But I found that this was only my mind. And just a second. Yeah, this was coming only from my mind, but true desire and true myself was in my heart, and that happened with ayahuasca. I connected with myself, with heart, with my feelings, and but that was gradually. Like it was not after 3 nights of retreat, but after 3 nights, what I could say that I felt so light and so different.
Mm-hmm.
And there were so many things to process that I couldn't remember all. Yeah, but the only thing what I know that it was so amazing that I wanted more. Like,
Yes.
yeah. Then I continue to go on ayahuasca every 2 weeks. Every time when I could, I was going on ayahuasca. And or from end of the May up to beginning of October, I had 30 ayahuascas
Mm-hmm.
in 6 months. Like, yeah.
So the journey started when 3 years ago, when you felt very depressed and in a very dark place. Then you took DMT, and then in that experience, you felt called to try ayahuasca, Mother Ayahuasca. And in that 3 days retreat, you felt that that you it was like a healing process for you that took longer than just the 3 days of the retreat, and you felt more connection with yourself. You felt the connection with your heart, and that process and connection with yourself, with your heart, and help you to connect better with your wife, with in the relationships that you have with other people,
Yes.
and after that you went through other ayahuasca ceremonies, and that was a process of healing for yourself.
Yes.
Like now you
Yes.
are a
Deep.
different person to the person you were 3 years ago.
Totally. Like I can't believe that. Even my wife, she's saying that I can imagine you before few years back, that you're playing today music or that you're so happy and dressed like that. I will say, no way, no way. Like, because there is so many things in this reality that we are attached on money, attached on material things. And even I was, when I arrived in Ireland, I was planning to buy a house on loan. That I have my own house, that I'm like everybody. I bought a new car, and I wanted more and more and more. But I was not happy. I was searching for happiness in things.
Mhm.
And then I was starting to spend that savings on ayahuasca. And then I have realized that I don't need new car. I don't need new house. I don't need anything to show others that I have, because I have myself, and that is more than enough. But what is very interesting, when I found out this self-realization, and I start to live my passion, I starting to have more and more in life abundance. But I'm trusting always, whatever it comes, it will come on right way.
You realize that fulfillment is not coming from material things, but
Yes,
by being happy with yourself, follow your passion,
yes,
and feel fulfilled.
yes,
And I know that you had a special journey to Colombia,
yes,
and you met some special people there. Can you tell us about that?
yes. I was 2 times in Colombia.
Mhm.
First time I was with 5 different Taitas there.
Taitas are
Uh,
shamans, right?
they are shamans. They're calling them Taitas there. And it was amazing experience. It was much different than with that organization which I've been. And it was even deeper. And I felt guided. And even I seen them in visions, like they was showing themselves. Like I seen that they are taking care of me. I felt safe. And there, one Taita, I came to him on last night, and I said to him, I am so blocked, and I have so many ayahuascas, but I'm not doing anything in life. And
Mhm.
then he said to me, but what you're doing? I said, I'm car electrician, but I'm not working with cars. Like, I don't know that. But he said, but what is with medicines? I was like, what? I don't know that. Like, I'm not capable.
Mhm.
But later, after when he did some healing on me, he said, okay, well, I will give my best. I will ask like Holy Spirit to guide you, and with his support, we'll see. I will do my best. And later, how I was integrating things after that, when I arrived back in Ireland,
Mhm.
things started to be like I was more and more drawn to work with medicines.
Mhm.
And that was that period of time. I was like some 3 to 4 months. I was studying a lot about medicines, how they are working, and not only ayahuasca, kambo, and bufo various. And I learned a lot, like with that, how it how it's functioning, what is going on.
Mhm.
I knew on myself a lot, but I just wanted to know more.
Yes.
Yeah, and then a real story began when I met Peita William Palchukan and Jairo Palchukan. And I strongly feel that they're family, my family, soul family from Colombia. And after I met them, my shamanic capabilities went so high through their connection.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I've been with them in Colombia. They show me all how they functioning, what they are doing, and we visit so many places in Colombia. It was so beautiful to be there.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, it lasts only 12 days, but next time I will be more.
But it was very intense, 12 days.
Very intense
So
and
you
such
you
a beautiful
learn
medicine. Yeah.
so you learned a lot from this Taita William and his family.
Yes, I have some tendency to connect with other people. I'm very empathic,
Mhm.
and I could connect a lot with them and absorb their energy into myself. And how I was going on their ceremonies, I just felt a lot of power in myself, healing power.
Mhm.
And even when I came back from Colombia with them, I start to play music. I couldn't wait that my flute comes
Yes.
because I was so excited. I didn't know how to play, but when I started to blow, it just start to make sounds,
Yeah.
beautiful sounds. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
hear you
coming
playing
from
the
me.
flute, and it's beautiful.
Yes, thank you.
Um,
Best.
what and then you became you became more and more connected to Mother Ayahuasca.
Yes,
And what ayahuasca mean for you?
I could say if it's one word, everything, because ayahuasca for me means connection with myself, with my heart, with Mother Earth, with my roots, with our roots. It's not my roots, it's our, because we are all one. We are not separate at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all human beings are one. And through with ayahuasca, what I could find is connection with myself, with my roots, and all what now is going on with me. It's coming naturally out. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
forcing anything. I'm not just oh, I have to play and I'm learning and all day to show others that I know how to play flute or drum or something. Whatever it comes naturally from me
Mm-hmm.
when time comes. This
And
is my lesson, like I could say for everybody,
mm-hmm.
is that things we can't force things in life. They're coming when it has to. They have to come when we are ready for something, step by step, slowly.
Mm-hmm. We need to allow things to happen, right? Instead of
Yes,
trying to
yes,
control things. When we
yes,
control things,
definitely.
it's like pushing things away. If we have this feeling of allowing, then things happen more naturally, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
And what is the difference between psychedelics, like more kind of chemical psychedelics, and the psychedelics that are kind of plant medicine?
I would say chemical psychedelics. They're. You mean on what way? On what psychedelic you mean exactly?
Like
On.
the man made, like the that are like in the pharmacy, like the
Hmm.
ones that are made in the pharmacy, and the ones that are like ayahuasca and other plant
I would.
based from
I
nature.
know. Yeah, I know. Because nature, what is everything what is coming from nature, it has one kind of spirit or consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
If we are taking that consciousness, we are getting connection through that consciousness. And if something is artificially made, it's artificial, and it takes energy from person who is working with it. And if there is so many people who are not satisfied there, that whatever it is, whatever it's made, it's becoming that person who made that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same with ayahuasca. There is so many ayahuascas. If there is person who is just cook medicine for sale, commercial sale, it's totally different than if shaman who is experienced and he's dedicate his life to cook that medicine. He sings. He is grateful on everything. He's doing everything the right way. That medicine has a lot more power.
Mm-hmm. It's very important how the energy during the process,
Yes, definitely.
like
Definitely.
the chemical stuff is made in a laboratory, and the intention that is put to make that is completely
Yeah.
different to an ayahuasca that is made by shamans with the intention to heal and to be of the greatest
Yes.
purpose. And then when you're going through the ceremony is a beautiful process where the shaman or the facilitator is holding the space and creating a space, and there is an environment that invites for healing and
Yes. Normally, if we are talking about ayahuasca, whoever is doing ayahuasca, they can't make her in laboratory, but
mhm,
they're cooking her outside, but only cook for sale. It just
Yes.
okay, we'll take the plant down, we'll add whatever we have to add.
Mm-hmm.
There is chacruna and wine. They're adding, just cooking, and when it's over, spilling in containers and selling.
Yes.
It's different, totally different.
Yes.
I seen how it's when real shaman, like when he's cutting wine, he's singing to her first, asking permission to cut. He's grateful on cutting.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying, of course, with gratitude and the power of creator, or he's
Mm-hmm.
doing that in that moment. Even he's cleaning with they have copal.
Yes.
It's incense which is cleansing, and he's playing. I seen when they play harmonica,
Mm-hmm.
and then when he finished that ritual, then he cut her
Mm.
in that moment. It's not just I will come to cut the plant and I will take that and cook the medicine.
Yeah, it's a whole ritual. The
Yes,
process of
yes,
making the ayahuasca. It's
yes,
a whole ritual. It's a prayer.
yes,
It's expressing gratitude, and all that
yes,
energy is important.
yes. Even who is preparing when thoughts has to be clean, when because there is a wine. Wine
Mm-hmm.
is like she can be very thick. They have a wooden stick
Mm-hmm.
and banging that. In that moment, person who is doing that, it has to have clean thoughts, not
Mm-hmm.
think on who knows what, or oh, I have to finish this today,
Mm.
like because I don't like to do this. He has to be in good place when he's
Yes,
doing that,
yes, very
doing that
present
with love.
and centered.
Yeah,
Yes,
very present and with love and
yes,
gratitude for doing that.
yes. And
And
there's lots of
yeah,
studies that say that ayahuasca is good for depression and for treating for healing traumas and um, can you talk a little bit about that, the benefits, the medical benefits or the healing benefits of ayahuasca, especially for people who are afraid and uh,
yeah,
they don't know, they want to know more about the benefits of
yeah.
taking ayahuasca.
There is so many articles about that, and so many people are claiming that ayahuasca, 3 nights of ayahuasca, are equivalent to 10 years of psychologist.
Hmm.
That means that we have to go 10 years somewhere on some place to talk with some person, and he will give us some medications. But my recommendation for everybody: don't take medications because they're just bringing people to more medications and killing
Yes.
and destroying our body, and makes us more and more addicted on everything, addicted on system, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
and
with
this is their
ayahuasca,
main goal.
what happens with ayahuasca? Why is so powerful? That 3 days is the equivalent to so many years of psychotherapy or.
Ayahuasca normally opens our consciousness. If we consciously come there
Mhm.
with our own will, not that we are forced to come. If we want that, if we have call, then our consciousness is expanding, and we are processing exactly things which are stopping us or blocking us or giving us some disease. Depression means depressed. That means that
Mhm.
we are suppressing our inner being, and we are not living our life like we should. And also there is anxiety. So many people are anxious, but anxiety, it's mostly that something is wrong with life, or fear. And if we are feeding ourselves with television and bad news and a lot of things, bad company, and so many things like alcohol or drugs, this is a very common feeling, because
Mhm.
we feel that something is not right with our life. Even depression means that something is not right with us,
Mhm.
that we can live differently. That we have to do something differently. That something is not like it should be. And with ayahuasca, we are getting answers because she is plant teacher, one of the best plant teachers, and we can get answers by time. But normally, uh, if we heal our wound or traumas, which are also uh, can be just a second, I find the word, a reason to have depression. We are getting sense or that aha moment in our life, which is very important.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
ayahuasca is opens the consciousness,
Yes.
help the person who is taking ayahuasca to have a different perspective, and
Yes.
the aha moment that helps them to heal and to see the world from a different perspective.
Yes.
That is a turning point in their life when you stop seeing that there is, when you're depressed. I have times in my life where I was very depressed, where I couldn't see the light. I felt like I was everything dark. So it's kind
Yeah.
of you start to see that there is a light, and there is something else that you
Yes.
haven't seen before.
Yes. Yes. I could say that she is completely light energy and connects us with our own light.
Mm-hmm.
But it is very hard to say what will happen to, because we are all individuals, and there
Yes.
is so many ways how we heal.
Mm-hmm.
Some people see in vision something nice, but they are healed because medicine is working inside of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
yeah,
yeah, sorry, continue.
yeah. I just wanted to say that so many people have resistance on ayahuasca because they've seen so many documentaries where they can see that people are vomiting, they're screaming, or even some demonic sounds.
Mm-hmm.
But I can guarantee that inside of that person, when that person screams, or even when a person vomits, that person is so grateful on that vomit because that
Yes.
person knows that she released or he
Mm-hmm.
released some emotion, bad emotion, I could say, heavy emotion
Yes.
out, and then it feels more bliss inside of the body and
Mm-hmm.
more happy and fulfilled. Yeah,
Yes.
during that process. Yeah,
Yes. I experienced that
yeah,
when I was in your retreat, and
yes,
I was very honored to watch other people going through that process. And maybe it sounds like dirty or something weird or something that you maybe be embarrassed to do in front of other people. But then when you are in that it's a ceremony, it's a ritual, and you're going through, you confront your whatever it is that is stopping you from being the person you're meant to be. And
yes,
it's about uh, honoring that part of yourself and let it go.
yes,
It's a let it
yes,
go, and then that let it go makes you feel free.
yes,
And it's so good when you feel that yourself. And also it's very I felt honored to see that in other people, how they were going through
yes,
that process of letting the trauma or the fears go
yes,
and become transformed, because it's a very transformational process. 3 days
definitely,
is after 3 days you become a different person, and
definitely.
I experienced that.
Yeah,
And how, ayahuasca is uh, it's a teaching plant, right? uh,
yes.
how can you explain that a little bit more, like how do we get it, what does it mean?
This means that she will show us on what things we are attached in our life, because there is so many attachments on what we are attached. For example, money, things, or even she can show us situations where we are not so good to others. but it's so intense, like with feelings, because she's connecting us. In one moment we see picture, on other moment we are feeling that emotion, how other person felt. It's very hard to explain feelings, but it's all happening in once. We see how we act and we feel all that energy, what is going on in that situation. And then we are mostly, if we comprehend, then we are not doing that anymore in life. And also there is so many attachments on money or material things. I'm not saying that we don't have to have nice clothes or something, but not too much. Like, I'm buying myself a t-shirt today and I'll go in store after 1 month, or I don't know, and I'll buy two more, or
Yes.
new shoes every 2 months or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is our masks, which we are wearing in front of the other people. For example, I have to wear mask because other person will think that I'm so bad, or I have to be so nice and smiling that I show them that I'm good. But I don't have to show. I'm just have to be myself.
Yes.
It's this is on one way, or we are hiding ourselves. We are showing others. So I'm so happy, and inside of us, we people are dying inside of themselves. It's artificial on outside, but inside, it's most important what is inside. And she's
Yes.
showing us the things where we are lying to ourselves, and of course then others.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I experienced that. Ayahuasca is kind of is a teaching experience that you learn that when you open your consciousness, you realize that um, that the things you're attached to are not important anymore because it's
Yes.
not they're not important anymore, and what
Yeah.
is important is is the is who you really are, who is like it's nothing like you think that you are, or yes, what you, as you're saying, the mask that we put ourselves because we want to fit in, or we want to be seen as a different type of person, or but anything of that is who we really are. We really connect with our heart and with the loving energy that we really are.
Yes. And this is exactly when we are wearing masks, and then we are acting to some person, and with mask, and then by time we are losing that person because we didn't show our true self in
Mm-hmm.
on first moment, and then
Yes.
energy is not right. But if we are connected without masks, if somebody comes in life, it will come, and if it's not right, we can say no. And there is so many people who don't know how to say no. I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
I love you, but I just something is not right. I don't feel well to continue with you, and that is
Yeah.
completely okay. I'm using that in my life, but that
Yes.
doesn't mean that I don't love people or that I hate them. This means only that I feel that my relationship is not can't continue. Just it's not going in flow, because energy between two people or has to flow
Mm-hmm.
always.
Yes. Yes. When you when
Yeah.
you when you when you know yourself and you connect with yourself and your truth, then you can recognize if the relationships that are in your life are healthy or not, and then you can
Yes.
let the unhealthy relationships go and more focus on the healthy relationships, because you want to
Yes.
nourish
Yeah.
yourself with people who are who gives you something. It's not only giving and giving and
It doesn't matter what we are giving. If we are just in conversation, people can
yes.
talk, and somebody else will just listen.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could say listen. So many people are just watching, but they're not listening,
Yes.
and we are drained in that moment. And if you feel that it's, I'm saying, okay, I'm not, if they are inviting me on some visit or something, I just don't want to go there. Just saying, oh, maybe next time, but I don't feel well, and that's it. I'm just, because there is no flow of energy.
Yes.
Conversation has to be in flow, and energy given has to be received back.
Yes.
It's always like that.
Yeah. And you work with other plants and other like you work with kambo, bufo.
Yes, kambo.
Can you tell us a little bit about kambo and bufo and mushrooms?
Kambo is frog medicine, which is collected from giant monkey frog, which is mostly from South America, Peru, Brazil. It's one part of Colombia, but it's very like, and they're collecting that frog. She don't have a natural enemy, and I'm what medicine which I'm working with is collected on sacred way. There is also medicine which is just collected for money, and I'm trying to find source where is collected for purpose of healing on sacred way. They're stretching that frog on sticks and just taking small amount of that it's venom, which is very poisonous. And but for example, that some animal eat that frog, she'll vomit straight away, frog back. And this medicine is very, very powerful catalyst, which is entering, it's applied on small burns on skin. We call that doors. And it's applying on, it's taking, you take 2 layers of skin, and then it's applied that medicine on that burns. And medicine is entering in lymphatic system, activates all antibodies, and clean whatever we have, cleans what is not healthy in our body, attacks all toxins, and it's going out with purge. But before all process, we have to drink 1.5 to 2 liters of water that it supports our body, and that we can easily vomit that toxins out. Some people are going also on toilet, visiting toilet, but they have mostly vomit.
Yes. And in this vomit is when you release all the toxins and the...
Yes. Mostly when people vomit all toxins out, they feel a lot better after that moment.
It's kind of a detox, kind of detox.
Yes. Deep detox on body. And afterwards, people are feeling more energized, much better, more grounded, more centered, more free, because there is so many bacteria or viruses inside of us, or even fungi, or which are sending. There is also I seen so many people, they have just a second. It slipped from my mind. It's bacteria, which is inside of our stomach, and she asked, give me sweet all the time. Candida. Yes. She's very white, and so many people are vomiting Candida out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And this is because viruses, bacteria, or fungi, they have their own consciousness. And sometimes we don't know when we are eating food what is asking us to eat some unhealthy food. But we are drawn to do that because we can't recognize our thoughts with the consciousness of viruses or bacteria or fungi.
Yeah, it's like we have our consciousness, but also all the bacteria in our body has their own consciousness. And there are more bacteria than our cells, human cells in our body. Like
yes, yeah. It's all connected. It's part of us. Yeah.
And what about bufo?
Bufo varius is a Sonora Desert a toad. That toad is going out once per year when it's raining season, and then it's collected, and in her gland they're squeezing that, and it contains 5-MeO-DMT. That is a very powerful medicine, which is smokable.
Mm-hmm.
And when people smoke that molecule, okay,
Mm-hmm.
uh, they're entering in state of oneness with everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I could say that they experience God itself inside of themselves,
Wow.
mostly. Yeah,
And what
that
are
is
the
most common experience.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And what about mushrooms?
magic mushrooms are very good medicine also for depression, or if we are taking with small dose.
Mm-hmm.
That means microdosing. So many people are microdosing on this world, and there is so big beneficence from that medicine. Also, microdoses are very good for headache, or even very migraine
Mm-hmm.
inside. Yeah,
What, what
it's
what does
all.
the mushrooms do? The magic mushrooms. What is the effect that they?
They are very similar. They're feeding the same brain center like ayahuasca, but they're different energy
Mm-hmm.
only. But what is happening? There is so many people who are using this medicine,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so beautiful. And it can be if we use that the right way, in right purpose.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's not legalized. I'm only sharing this story because I would like to that people know more about this medicine, because it
Mm-hmm.
can help them. Uh, I could say that microdoses can help to to feel better, and maybe to find our purpose
Mm-hmm.
if we are microdosing. If we can't do that, we have to go on some, for example, ayahuasca,
Mm-hmm.
that people find out why they are still blocked in life. They will
Mm-hmm.
feel better, but not they are not healed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what about cacao? Cacao is a heart opener, right?
Yes. Yes.
I love
This
your
is so
cacao.
beautiful. Thank you so much. I am. I don't know. I could say that cacao also changed my life a lot,
Mm-hmm.
because it's heart opener, and I'm using cacao every morning. Honestly, I don't know, 1.5 year approximately,
Mm-hmm.
and it's enhanced mood. I feel every day good. I'm drinking that instead of the coffee, and cacao contains terobin, which is very similar to caffeine, but it's not caffeine. And
Mm-hmm.
coffee what makes our body more acid,
Mm-hmm.
and we can attach more whatever. Now it's virus act like
Yeah.
more like in the world, and if our body is acid, we can attach bacteria, whatever, or virus on ourselves very easy. But if we have a alkaline body, which cacao is also doing, because it's very healthy and full of healthy nutrients. Sorry, can you help me? No,
Micronutrients
yes,
and nutrients, yes.
micronutrients. Yes, and alkaloids, and it builds our uh, immune system, and it's very good for heart and bloodstream, because it makes blood to flow faster through body,
Mm-hmm.
which is fantastic.
Yes,
Yeah,
and makes you feel good and
yeah.
yes.
Definitely.
I have the cacao that you gave me when I was there.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
and every morning I had a cacao. I made
Yeah.
myself a cacao, and I started doing my own little ceremony. I
Wow.
connect with the cacao, and I make the cacao with the intention and kind of do like a little ritual when I make my cacao. And I connect with the cacao, and I have my intention for the day, and it really makes a difference in my day and my mood and everything. Like even here in
Definitely.
Ireland, you know that it's always cloudy, and I'm
Yeah.
happy and smiling all
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then during the
I
day,
could.
I have ideas of things that I need to do, like things flowing better in my mind, like ideas of
Yeah.
things to do. So it's really good. Yeah.
I would say that because of blood is sending all. How do I say? If your bloodstream is working properly,
Mm-hmm.
everything is flowing inside of you because blood is life inside of us, and he's doing that, or she. Its spirit is she,
It's a
like
feminine energy.
yeah, feminine energy, and connects us with ourselves and with our heart, which is very
Mhm.
important. With our love to others.
Yes.
Yeah. In Germany, when I was studying about cacao, they're calling in Germany new party drink. You
New
don't
party
need
drink.
yeah, drink. Yeah,
Drink.
you don't need alcohol. You just need good dose of cacao, and you're playing.
I agree
And
with that.
you're healthy, but you're happy. And yeah, and there is no headache next day. There is no depression or something. Oh, I did something bad. No, you
Yeah.
feel good next day.
Yes, yes, completely agree. Yeah, I don't drink much, and then I have a drink, and then the next day I feel like hangover. uh,
This morning I was just here, and I took a bigger dose of cacao this morning, and it was music, and I couldn't stand like to sit, and I was just stood up and I was dancing beside the fire, and it was so beautiful. Like, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
What is love energy? What is love energy?
Love energy.
And how do you
Um,
connect with love energy?
mm. Now you said one source of love energy. It's cacao.
Mhm,
Cacao makes me to connect with my love energy, and also when we find our happiness and our connection with our heart, we start to, and our love, that means that I love myself and I'm accepting myself as who I am in this moment. Like, no matter how I look, everything is perfect as it is. And if somebody don't like me, you don't have to watch me. It's just like that. It's
yes.
very simple. But we have to come to that point that we really start to love ourselves or love ourselves.
Hmm.
Yeah. But
And
loving energy is like, yeah, when we start to love everybody, to just if even when it's difficult, to just love. And I can't say that my life is perfect, but I could say that every time when I have difficult situation in life, I'm always sending unconditional love to that person, no matter what.
mhm,
And I don't want to go, oh Jesus, I don't like that person. He's like this or they, I'm not speaking any bad words
mhm,
against that person. I'm just sending love and trust in universe that everything will be okay,
mhm,
unconditionally, and always it turns on good for me. Or even that person come back in life, and normally that people are more in head. They're not apologizing, but they're acting like on different way, like they want to be good again with me or something. And I'm always open, waiting everybody with open arms.
mhm.
Yeah,
That's so
there is
beautiful.
no place for hate or yeah.
And how can you? How? What advice would you give to someone who wants to feel more love? You know, now that it's like with this situation we're living now, lots of people are living in fear, and they forget that there's they can feel something else, like love. So what What advice would you give to these people who are there afraid and living in fear and they want to feel different?
There is so many ways, but first, what they have to do, turn off the television,
Mm-hmm.
turn off the news, don't read newspaper, don't surround yourself with, I could say, contra. It's like they're doing exactly what they want that the people feel on this way, that they are in energy of fear. I don't know what's going on now in the world, and I'm here and I don't know anything, and I feel so good. When I will travel back, I will find out what I have to do or something, but I don't have to know everything in front.
Mm-hmm.
Life is not happening in future. Life is happening now.
Yes.
And this is first step. Stop watching television. Second thing, what I'm recommending to everybody, go in nature as much as you can. In where is a tree or forest, go and be there just for a while. As much as you can to be, if you can allow yourself 1 hour, two, three, doesn't matter. To be in nature, it's very healthy. Nature heals by itself.
Mm-hmm.
And so many people are claiming that if they feel bad, they feel much lighter when they go in the nature. Yeah, this is connected with Dr. Schumann. He was scientist which discovered Schumann's resonance, which is that the Earth has a specific frequency, and we are vibrating on the same level on that frequency if we are in the nature, if we are connected. If we are disconnected, we are not vibrating on a specific vibration, and we can also attach a lot of things on ourselves. We can start to be sick because of that. People in cities, or for example now people who are in nursing homes, so many people in Ireland died because they
Mm-hmm.
are disconnected. They are
Mm-hmm.
living in concrete buildings without love of their families. They're just giving them food and they're going in the hospital and back.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
And
yeah,
yeah, sorry.
yeah, yeah. Tell me.
And even
Sorry.
the food that they get is dead.
Unfortunately, yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's many-
I agree with you completely, and I have experienced the healing power of nature. I love nature, and I love going to the forest, and I live just 20 minutes walking distance from the beach, and I love walking barefoot on the beach and on the countryside. I just 2 minutes walk. I'm in the countryside, and I love walking barefoot for hours
yeah.
in and enjoy
Well done.
nature, and it's I feel really energized. Like
Yeah,
makes a
well done.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
My mental health is like if I have like negative thoughts or I'm anxious or feel frustrated or angry about something,
Uh-huh.
now with this situation I had lots of feelings going on in my and lots of thoughts in my head, and that was helped me to feel good. Like I went for a walk and I just got lost for maybe 2 hours in nature, and it felt really good.
Yeah. I love to hear that that you are saying that you're walking barefoot,
Mm-hmm.
which is very important. So many people are forgetting because when we wear sneakers or whatever, we are
Mm-hmm.
disconnected with the ground. And Earth is very helpful, and we can see that very good example is cattle outside. They're on rain, they're walking on fields, they're all wet, and they're healthy. And if they farmer put them in stable, some of them, of course, not all, but some of
Mm-hmm.
them, they're getting sick. Why? Because they're disconnected. They're not connected with the ground because Earth is always taking care for their children. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. She's mother also.
Yes, yes. We forget about that connection. We need that connection with nature, and we're part of
Yes,
nature.
definitely.
And we forget
We
that
are
we
one.
are part of nature. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely we are one.
You're writing a book about your life and your transformation, and I can imagine that writing a book is requires dedication and discipline. How do you motivate yourself to write the book?
My biggest motivation is that it's something is from it's coming from inside more. Like it's not that I want, it's more inside and feeling that I have to, because I had really miserable life. I could say miserable. It was very hard, and it was so many tough situations, and I was suicidal, and everything was going bad in life. I couldn't start to have better life, you know. And I came to the point that I feel so amazing, like in life. And but now I started to write a book before a few years back. But something when I arrived in Ireland, I stopped. But now I feel because now I see it all have sense, because I was not so ready to do that. But now I'm definitely ready,
Mhm.
because I feel 10 times better than before when I was writing that book. And my motivation then, when I was writing like book, was to earn money, because that was like I was so attached to money. You know, to oh, I will write a book, I will be writer, I will be famous, I will have money. But now my motivation is only to help others, to show them that it's possible to change. No matter how it bad looks like, it's possible to change things. We can change. This is only what motivates me. I want to be example to show others that they can change.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
motivation when you want to make an impact
Yeah.
on people's lives,
Yes.
and use
Mm.
your
Yes.
your process and your transformation as a way to inspire other people that there is a
Yes.
light, uh, and
Yeah.
there is.
Always is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes. Tell us
Yeah.
about your business, what you do and how you help people.
Hmm. I'm working mostly with kambo and ayahuasca,
Mhm.
mostly with these two medicines. And this is like, hmm, I shared so many things,
Mhm.
like, you know, during the, I don't know what should I say. If you can help me, I will be really open to share. Yeah. But mostly I'm working with ayahuasca and kambo. Yeah.
Yes. So you work with ayahuasca and
Yeah.
kambo, and what type of people are like more your clients? What are your main clients?
Uh, People who are feeling depressed, they
Mhm.
don't know what they want to do in life, they are stuck. Problem with alcoholism, even
Mhm.
with drugs, but if they want to get off medications, but
Mhm.
there is a process, of course. I have to be careful with them, and I know what how to guide them, of course. It's
Yes.
quite difficult. There is so many things which ayahuasca can help to heal.
Mhm.
Yeah, kambo is very good even for cancer and that things. But
Mhm.
also person have to want that in life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
People who want to heal them something in their life, people who want
Yeah.
to become better version of themselves as well,
Yes.
people who
Yeah.
want to find themselves like me.
Yeah. Yeah.
People who feel lost and want to find a path and understand more about themselves. People
Yeah.
who want to have different perspectives, people who feel like there is something else in life. And
Yeah. That is something more,
yes,
and yeah, they if people who wants to discover themselves.
yes,
It's
yeah, because
self-discovery.
Yes, ayahuasca is a self-discovery process, I think, right?
Yes, definitely, I agree.
And
That
also,
word came to me in on processes so many times. Like, wow, I discovered this. Like, I discovered that. Like
yes,
self-discovery. Yeah,
people
yeah,
who are hungry for learning
yeah,
about
definitely.
who they are, why they are here, and how we all are connected.
Yeah, people
Uh,
who are people who don't have love in life.
mhm,
People who are sad. So many
yes,
people are sad in life.
yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, yeah, lots of people are sad and because they don't see uh, there is joy and love and peace and
yeah,
ayahuasca shows you that there is another way.
always,
Mm. Uh,
always.
and also, I think the people that you met in the retreat, when I was there,
Mhm.
the people is like really like-minded people, uh, heart-centered people,
Yeah,
and people that you can talk about these kind of things, you know.
yeah. More
And
open. Yeah,
yes, very open-minded
yeah,
and very very nice, loving people, and it's one of the most things. The best things is
yeah.
the people that you meet.
Yeah, on my retreats, I'm always advising to everybody that they are coming on in space without judgment,
Mm-hmm.
and that they're respecting each other, and their ego is starting becoming, and it's ready to come in that space, and then people are acting more, on this way, because
Yes.
when they feel that they can talk safely, that they don't have to wear masks,
Mm-hmm.
and that we are all natural and everything is flowing.
Yes. People, very
Yeah,
different people, because I was there and everybody was different. Everybody has their own story, but we're there
yeah,
to uh, in our journey. Everyone has their own journey, and we respect each other's journey, and that's so beautiful when you don't have to, when you can be yourself freely, and you know that you're respected for who you are without the
yeah,
masks, as you said.
yeah. Because we are people are respecting each other process, because during the nights people are opening their hearts and connecting with each other, and all group is always connected
Mm-hmm.
between, and this is also reason why it's so good in that group.
Yes,
We have open heart.
very nice, open heart. Yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
how can people find you, Alen?
I have a Facebook page, and I have my website. uh, Facebook page is Ayahuasca Sacred Yahe, and my web page is sacredyahe.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there I started to do project how to help with people with depression,
Mm-hmm.
and they can find me there. Few tips, like small tips how to defeat depression.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people can find you on in Facebook. You post your updates about your ayahuasca
Yes.
ceremony retreats. So
Yes.
if they're interested in the ayahuasca retreats, they can get all the information in your
Yes.
Facebook, and in your website. You have information about how to overcome depression and become happier version of yourself.
We are also yeah, this is mostly like that, and so many people are sending new people because they are satisfied, and
Mhm.
we are going more like with friend to friend recommendation.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get lots of word of mouth is very very good here in Ireland.
Yes, definitely,
Business. Yeah. All
definitely.
word
Yeah,
of mouth. When you go, you have an experience, a good experience, and you're happy to share with people, and you want the people that you love. You want them to have the same experience, and
yeah,
so that
yeah.
was very good for you as well. Well, thank you very much, Alen. I really appreciate that you took your time from your holidays. I wish you that you had lots of fun and enjoy the weather, the nice food, and the time with your wife and your son and your family.
I will. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And see you when you come back. And you can find, for you who are listening, you can find Alen on his website, sacredyage.com, and Ayahuasca Sacred Yage, Facebook. And thank you for listening, and talk to you in the next episode.